How would you describe your personality?
I would say that I am stubborn, smart, motivated. I'm always thinking of others, and of course, sweet as can be.
How would your friends and toughest critics describe you?
They would say that I am too much of a planner, not very spontaneous, a tightwad. I really control the money and keep to a budget, and they would say I'm a lot of fun to be around.
What's your best and worst quality?
I would say my best quality is my ability to catch on to things really quickly. And my worst quality would be, once again, that I'm too much of a planner.
And tell us about your background, your upbringing, and past. How did that help or hurt the person you've become today?
I am one of four girls. I'm number two in the lineup, and my parents homeschooled all of us until college. And I would say that that helped me become who I am today. I come from a great family, good morals, and when I look and see other people out in the world today, I really do appreciate what my parents did for me and my sisters because of how great we turned out.
How do you feel you react to criticism?
Whenever I was younger, I had a rather soft shell and was really sensitive to it. But as the years have gone by, I take it so much better. I really look at it as a learning opportunity so I can do better the next time. So bring it on.
What cast member from Next Great Baker Season 1 did you most relate to and why?
I related to Megan. We are both Texans. We both are newly married. We share the same passion. She was super sweet, and we both have a great laugh and smile. There was one difference. She went to culinary school, and I didn't. I'm self-taught.
Tell us about your food industry experience.
My very first job was as a server in a restaurant in my hometown. And I've been a server at more than one restaurant. Then whenever I started working for the Four Seasons Hotel, I've been in the food and beverage industry for quite a while. I've done serving, room service manager, restaurant manager, and also I've worked in pastry.
Do you have any cake decorating, baking, or pastry experience?
I started whenever I was 14. I just wanted to try to make my little sister's birthday cake, and my mom let me. And from then on, I've been teaching myself every chance that I could. So I am self-taught. I did not go to culinary school, but whenever I moved to Houston, I begged the Four Seasons pastry chef to give me a job, and I started as a cook too, working under him, and I learned a great deal, and I have moved my way up to chef de partie.
Is there a specific genre of food or desserts you like to bake or cook? And what type of baking do you hate?
I love wedding cakes, 3D design cakes, laminated doughs, breads, and I wouldn't say that I hate anything, but I strongly dislike sheet cakes. They're just boring. I think it's so much more interesting if you can go tall, go big, go 3D, but just not a sheet cake.
Are you creative in the kitchen? How elaborate and creative are your designs when baking?
I am creative, and since I met my husband, he has challenged my creativity. One day whenever he was at work, whenever we were dating, he drew a picture of a cake that he called the Impossible Cake, and he saved the paper for me. And he didn't know that even though his birthday wasn't going to be for a number of more months, I was determined to make this cake. It's the Starship Enterprise from Star Trek, Russell Crowe saying "Hold up," and Battlestar Galactica from another sci-fi TV show. And at this point, I had never touched gum paste in my entire life, but I knew in order to make these three figurines, I had to use gum paste. So it took me quite a while, but I made these figurines. I put them on his cake, and I didn't tell him about it. I surprised him, and he absolutely loved it. And since they are made out of gum paste, we've been able to save them for, I think we're coming on 2 years now that we've been saving these. So yes, I am creative. I love a challenge, love trying new things. This is just one example.
Tell us any interesting details about yourself or anything that makes you stand out.
I can pick up anything with my feet. It started whenever I was being lazy, whenever I was a kid, and my mom told me to pick up my room. I wanted to see if I could get the entire job done without using my hands. And I did, and I'm 27 years old, and I continue to do that today.
What is your favorite topic of conversation in a social setting?
I like to make other people feel comfortable. I can talk about anything at all. So I fill out the person that I'm talking to, and I can pick a topic that I know would be easy for them to talk about also.
Where do you get your recipes, and how do you put your own personal twist on them?
I would say a good percentage of my recipes have come from my mother and her mother and her mother. It's just been passed down generation to generation, especially when it comes to pies. That's their big thing. Some cakes and cookies. Also, I've worked under 2 pastry chefs now, and I've gotten a lot of recipes from them when it comes to like plated desserts and breads and laminated doughs. But also the internet is a great resource. I can look at a recipe and break it down and tell if it's going to be a good quality item or not. And so that's another place I get recipes.
How would you rate your skill level when it comes to baking, decorating, pastries, and desserts?
Expert to all the above.
How would you rate your decorating skills when under time constraints?
That is something I do every single day at work, and I'm used to it. I get the job done quickly, not a problem.